Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Sand Scare. So let's get started with the warm-up questions. 1번, when was the last time you went to the beach? 마지막으로 해변을 가본 게 언제인가요? That's a good question. I can't remember the last time I went to a beach. Let me think. Quite a while ago, actually. I can't even think if I've been to a beach in Korea for a while. I can't remember the last... Maybe when I went to Jeju, though, and that was before my daughter was born, and that was more than a year and a half ago. So possibly then. But yeah, I love the beach. The beach is one of my favorite places to go to, and I'm planning to go to Australia soon. And I can't wait to go to the beach in Australia because the beaches in Australia are amazing. So I recommend if you're going to Australia, check out an Australian beach. 2번, what do you usually do for fun there? 해변에서 주로 무엇을 즐기시나요? Okay, so here in Korea, you don't really have the best beaches. I'm sorry to say that, but you don't. If I compare it to an Australian beach, Korea has very poor beaches. When I go to the beach in Australia, I like to body surf. Now, what body surfing is basically you ride the wave just using your body. If you don't know what that means still, I would Google it and you can see how fun it is. Because I don't have a surfboard. I would body surf. And I'm a strong swimmer. Used to be a strong swimmer. And so I would swim a lot in the beach when I was living there. I miss going to the beach. I used to go to the beach once or twice a month. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I lived in the city away from the beach. So every couple of weeks I would go with my mate and we'd go and go for a swim. Anyway, now let's look at the vocabulary and repeat after me. 1번, abundant. 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 풍부한. But even if you never get into the water, playing in the sand and enjoying the scenery has abundant appeal, especially for the young ones. So abundant means like a large amount or plentiful. 2번, hazard. 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 위험. That said, we know that the beach has its hazards. Something that is dangerous. 3번, localism. 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 지방주의. Other humans can pose a greater threat on some beaches due to crime and the phenomenon of localism. So this is like discrimination against people who are not locals to the area. Example, like surfers who regularly go surfing might have some localism against new surfers that are in the water. It's kind of like prejudice against people who don't usually hang around that area. 4번, pale. 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 통. Many bring a small shovel and pail to the beach to dig holes in the sand, and that's usually fine. It's basically a small bucket. 5번, recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. 재앙을 초래하는 지름길. But when they dig a deeper hole and get into it, it becomes a recipe for disaster. So a series of things that lead up to something that can be even more serious. 6번, collapse. 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 무너지다. A hole in the sand holds its shape when it's wet, but it dries out quickly, and as soon as it does, the walls of the hole collapses. Okay, so collapse is like when something falls over, basically. Alright, so that was a preview section. Now let's move on to the review section.